paid for it. How does she sleep? He paid for it. How does she breathe? He paid for it.
Wow.
So we'll take away boss up and we'll say I birthed a child that I'd never birthed. How about that? Is that better?
Rome, don't be smart with me.
Beautiful.
Because at the end of the day, I don't agree with how she's handling him.
Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of He Rants. I am your host, Felix Long Trousers.
Hey, Daddy!
All right, let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into this.
The term boss her up is just not sitting very well with me, because it's like, I'm doing something for you. You would have never been able to do this if it wasn't for me.
That's a lot of people's lives.
How is that a reality in this situation?
Yeah, but I don't think
ride for how
medical school.
What are we missing? Like,
her brain got her there, though. She didn't have the capacity to be a doctor. No matter what money he paid, she wouldn't have been a doctor. So let's just make
That's
that
not necessarily true.
It's interesting when I hear joints talk like this, right? It's really, that's true. She might not have had the capacity if her brain wasn't there, but at the same time, you gotta look, if he didn't have the funds, she would have never become a doctor. You know how many people are probably really intelligent in certain third world countries, but they don't have the resources able to get to the position that they can achieve greatness, right? There's a lot. There's a lot of people in third world country, they don't have the resources, right? So they end up living a life of poverty. Everybody keeps putting things like in the sense of like America, in the sense because it's a lot easier to gain wealth here than other countries and stuff. Granted, I'm assuming this is in America, but at the same time, still, if you don't have the resources in place, you will not be able to get to that level, at least in certain aspects, like when it comes to becoming a doctor, that you need the money, you need the, at least the credit or anything to get the funds in order to get your education. It's going to be really, really difficult. It's going to be really, really difficult, son. So I see what they're trying to play, but these are the same women that will, if a dude was staying on a couch and then because he needed a place to stay and then he elevated himself and he became a doctor, they would definitely come out and say like, oh, if it wasn't for me having you someplace to stay, you wouldn't have been able to go to the school and blah, 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 or if it wasn't for me paying for everything, you didn't have to worry about this. A girl would definitely come back and say like, you wouldn't have been able to. Plus, a lot of these women are actually going out and getting their degrees so they won't have to rely on a man. So they will never be put in a position that a man can talk over them and do anything. So once they do get the degree, they feel like they're hot shit and they basically don't need a man. It's crazy to me. These same women would definitely do that. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. Let's keep going.
Totally true.
That is true.
If he had the money, and maybe she could have spent 10 years doing the schooling. Right? Like, if he had the money to afford it for a decade, eventually she could become a doctor.
My point is, he did it because he loved her. He wanted to do that for her. But let's not get it confused. This is what she wanted to do. Let's not say that she would have never been a doctor if it wasn't for him.
Right.
I never said that she would never.
Okay, but don't say I'm bossing you up.
I still did it though. It might have been somebody else's to do. She might have been able to do it on her own, but she didn't. I did it.
So you're stuck.
And it was your choice to do it.
Yeah, but
I
did it.
It was his choice.
It don't matter about the choice. I did it.
You're stuck on the ego and the words boss up. Is that that's what we're doing? So if you rephrase it and don't say boss up, but say paid for your life.
Paid for your life.
Paid for your life.
He didn't pay bills. He supported her and paid for her school.
He's more of like
medical school.
He's more of a ride or die kind of guy.
He paid for it.
This is the problem, and this is why I hate like alimony and stuff like that, right? Or even like I hate these basketball wives and all these damn joints be thinking like, oh my goodness, I got out the mud. I'm the one who made all these businesses. I did all this. And listen, to a certain extent, I understand that because I respect it, right? Because there's a lot of women like that get the money and they don't know what to do with it. Like, well, I'm talking about the women that, mess with the real ballers. They get the money after the divorce. They don't know what to do and then they end up going broke, right? So I guess you can make an argument like, wow, that's still impressive that you're able to do that. But you got to keep in mind, I'm the reason why you were able to do that. Fun fact, the top 10 richest women in the world has gotten their money either from inheritance or divorce. Just throwing it out there, just letting you know. Yeah, so always a lot of this wealth is usually brought by a man some way or another. I know. Misogynist. If you didn't mess with me, you wouldn't have been able to do that, right? A lot of joints, these are the type of joints that would say something like, well, I have the mentality, I have the drive in order to achieve these goals without you. No. I get that. But would you have the capital? Would you have the capital to be able, would you have the, some people even say connects, right? Because you being married to a guy that's wealthy and now divorced, you might have been able to make some connections. Friends of his friends, you know, go out there to the country club, talking to other people, messing with bigger people just because of that. A lot, your life is almost based on him, and a lot of joints don't like that, right? They want to feel like they got out the mud. They just earned it all on themselves, by themselves, right? And I feel like that's what they're trying to say. Like, yo, listen, you have to chalk it up to this guy. This guy, you could say, oh, it was his choice. It was his choice. Yeah, it was his choice, man. But he still helped you get to where you belong. Without him, there's a big chance you wouldn't have been able to get there, or it would have took a whole lot of time, or both. In a sense, it would have took a lot of time, and you would have been in pounds and pounds of debt. He saved you from all of that, but it seems like you take it for granted, right? You make it seem like, oh, I would have been able to do it eventually. Like, shut up. Why does it seem like you were able to do it, but a lot of these other women who don't have men that have that type of money, they're not able to do it? Oh, just because you just have that drive, you just have that mentality, you're able to just. Come on, man. Two things can be true at the same time. Let's keep going.
Paid for it. How does she sleep? He paid for it. How does she breathe? He paid for it.
Wow.
So we'll take away boss up, and we'll say,
okay.
We say I birthed a child that I never birthed. How about that? Is that
okay,
better?
Rome, don't be smart with me.
Beautiful.
Because at the end of the day, I don't agree with how she's handling him. So let's not get that confused. I'm not trying to be on her
side.
side.
You agree with it?
I don't agree with her shitting on him and saying, oh, I don't like how you dress, or I don't like how you talk, and you can't come to my work. Like, nobody deserves to be treated like that.
But why?
Because they're, first of all, because they're partners, not because he paid for all this shit.
But why are they partners?
They're married, right?
No.
They just chose to be together. We don't know.
They've been boyfriend and girlfriend for 9 years.
I'm talking
they're
shit.
they're still partners. Okay. If you're my man, I'm not going to talk to you like that. I'm not going to do that to you, but not because I love you and you're my partner. Not because, oh, you paid for X, Y, and Z, so I shouldn't be talking to you like that. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on.
Looks like they were just reacting to the joint, but I saw the caption right there at the end of the day, so I put two and two together. I mean, do I really have to watch the video that they reacted to? I mean, I don't. This is not exclusively a woman thing. Men and women do this. They definitely do it. I just feel like it's more likely a woman to do it than a man, because you never want to have one. I'm assuming in this story that the woman made more money than the dude now, and now she just thinks she's hot shit, right? Because now she's entered a whole new world while she's around other doctors, surgeons, you know what I'm saying, which is still a doctor. All these other guys who are very, very high earners, other women that are also very high earners, and looking back at her husband most likely and saying like, we're not on the same level and stuff like that. But she's forgetting where she came from. She's forgetting where she came from. Like, yo, this man was most likely in a higher level than you at the time, and then elevated you to the level that you are now. And a lot of joints, it's like well, what's that word? Not hierarchy, but women, what's that word? Hypergamy. I don't know why I was struggling. I said that word so many times, but yeah, they believe in hypergamy, which is fair. So they always want to go for the guy who's higher up, right? So maybe she just sees it like that and she feels like she can be disrespectful. I don't know, man. One of my buddies, man, I told you, I think I said the story before. He's not making a crazy amount of money, but he's not making, the girl that he was talking to is used to ballers, right? She's a very, very attractive girl. She's used to dudes that's really making like serious money. I'm talking about niggas that give her an allowance and all that. And she was talking to him any type of way because she felt like he wasn't on that level. So she felt like, hey, listen, you don't deserve the respect because you're not a baller like these other guys. There's a lot of joints that think like that, man. It's kind of demonic. It's kind of devilish. You know what I'm saying? Those people usually deserve to stay single for the rest of their lives or end up being with a guy that will beat them. But at the same time, that was wild. There's a guy that will beat them. Yeah, no. We're keeping that in the video. We're keeping that. Like at the end of the day, man, the girl showed her true colors. Hey, you took an L. If they're not married, you took a big L by trying to fund her life all the way to the point that she is right now, and now she's like looking down on you. You just took an L, so you just not, chalk that up and just learn next time when you find a woman that you can really love, because this relationship is over. this is over. She already showed her hand. She showed her true colors. It's done. We can't be together no way. But the only thing is, you kind of lost. You lost because now she's able to, use all the resources that you gave that most likely you can't get back. But she also lost in a sense too, right? Because she's not going to find another guy that loves her like you do, right? Because you were willing to do all that, putting yourself in, I'm assuming, debt to help her pursue her dreams. A lot of other guys now, she's going to look for the guys with the more money, the higher ups. Those guys, they don't care. They're caring about slinging hoes. slinging peen everywhere they can. So it might not be the same. Who knows? She might get lucky. She might find a guy. She's going to get older too, and it's going to be harder. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet making videos in his basement. Like, come on now. Like, you can't take what I say serious. Like, it's like, we don't have the full context for it. We just going, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about that in the comments below. That's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.